Happy Monday, everybody. They say during spring training, the hitters are ahead of the pitchers. That was certainly the case over the weekend. Mariners win 2 of 3 high-scoring affairs, including yesterday's 14-8 victory over the Reds. Earlier today, the Mariners took on the Dodgers at Camelback Ranch. That game not on TV, so I won't have highlights for you tomorrow, but the Mariners off to a pretty good Cactus League season. Women's college basketball scoreboard from over the weekend. Gonzaga won, Huskies lost, Cougars lost. That's going to be a theme. The Gonzaga Lady Bulldogs knocked off Pacific. Oregon State defeated Wazoo in women's college basketball. Huskies fall by a point to Nebraska yesterday. Men's college basketball scoreboard, kind of like what we just talked about. Gonzaga won, and the Huskies and the Cougars lost. Number 11 Gonzaga knocked off Pacific by 9. Washington falls to Maryland on the road 64-60, and St. Mary's knocked off Wazoo 83-67. The Eastmont Lady Wildcats had a great late season surge, and they almost made the girls' state 4A tournament, but they had to go down to Eisenhower and beat the Cadets. They didn't do so. They lost by 7. Good season, though, for the Eastmont Lady Wildcats. Moses Lake boys were in the same scenario. They had to beat Sunnyside on Saturday to make it to state. They did not. Sunnyside beats the Mavericks in Moses Lake. The final there was 69-51. But the Chelan boys Goats are heading to state. They had to beat Lakeside 9 Mile Falls in the crossover game. They defended their home gym. Congratulations to Chelan. They're on their way to state. They beat Lakeside 70-58. The girls District 5 2B tournament, good showing from the local teams. Brewster wins the championship again. They easily dispatched Cleolum 62-47. Way to go, Brewster girls. Lake Roosevelt, they're going to state. They beat Mapton 61-37, and Okanagan on their way to state. They beat White Swan in girls basketball 47-38. In the boys District 5 2B tournament, Okanagan and Liberty Bell, they're on their way to state. Okanagan knocked off Tri-Cities Prep. The final there was 50-48. Liberty Bell beat Warden by 20 in the boys District 5 2B tournament. Both Okanagan and Liberty Bell on their way to state. In the girls District 5 1B tournament, Waterville Mansfield wins the championship again. No surprise there. The Shockers are good. They beat Pateras 58-51. They're on their way to state, as is Moses Lake Christian Covenant. They punched their ticket to state by beating Wilson Creek. The final there was 42-36. And the boys District 5 1B tournament, Moses Lake Christian Covenant on their way to state. Both the boys and the girls are going. They beat Orville 55-29 for the championship. Antioch is going to state. Way to go, Tigers. They did so by beating Wilson Creek over the weekend 45-36. Mac Classic 37 in the Tacoma Dome. 3 local wrestlers took home first place in the girls division. Congratulations to Miss Sanchez, Miss Michael, and Miss George from Ephrata, Omak, and Liberty Bell, respectively. They are state champions. If you finished 4th or better in state and you're a female wrestler, here's how they did. Bunch of good wrestlers here. Bobby Joe Dick of Omak finishes 2nd. Kinsley Christoph of Omak finished 3rd. Good showing from Omak. And Isabella Chapa from Omak finished 3rd at 190 pounds. 4th place finisher, Alana Dixon of Eastmont. She finished 4th in the 115-pound division. And in the 120-pound division, it was Victoria Black from Kashmir finishing 3rd. That's girls. Boys, look at this list. Champions, all of them. Good showing from Kashmir. Good showing from Lake Roosevelt. Good showing from Liberty Bell. They all did very well. Everyone you see there wins state championships in their respective weight class. And if you finished in the top 5 and you're a boys wrestler, looks something like this. Kashmir had a bunch. I mean, Kashmir did great. In fact, they finished 3rd in state with all of those first place finishes and second place and third place finishes. You're going to get a lot of team points. Congratulations to Sebastian Cisneros of Chelan, 2nd at 138 pounds. Daxon Dixon of Eastmont finished 5th at 175 pounds, and 165 pounds. Michael McCua of Wenatchee finished 5th. Boys team standings, Tenasket finished 2nd in the combined 1B, 2B. Kashmir finished 3rd in the 1A standings. Liberty Bell finished 4th in the combined 1B, 2B. In the combined 1B, 2B, Lake Roosevelt 5th, and Moses Lake finished 4th in the 4A standings. So Tenasket, Liberty Bell, and Lake Roosevelt, way to go, teams. You did very well. Girls wrestling team standings, Omak finished 3rd in the combined 1B, 2B, 1A tournament, and Tenasket finished 6th. Boys Swim and Dive Championship at the King County Aquatic Center in Moses Lake, one local state champion. Congratulations to Jordan Davidson of Eastmont. He took first in the 50-yard freestyle in the adaptive division. Sam Hobson, who is an undergraduate, he'll be back next year, second in the 50-yard free. Wenatchee's Aiden Grimsby finished third in the 100-yard freestyle, and the Wenatchee boys team in the 200-meter relay finished fifth. Good showing altogether. Pretty difficult weekend for the Wenatchee Wild. They should have saved all those goals they scored on Friday. They beat Victoria, the Royals in Victoria, 6-1 on Friday, but they were only managed one goal on Saturday, losing to Victoria. The final there was 3-1. They're at Kelowna Friday at 6:05, and then a home match this weekend at the Town Toyota Center. Remember, they only have 4 home games left and just 11 games left in the regular season. And those were just some of the games that people are playing.